This is not just another of the many books analyzing the dry evidence in the assassination of President Kennedy. It is instead a chronicle of the experiences of one man who tried to get to the truth about the murder and prosecute those responsible for it. I write not as a critic, but as a participant, a prosecutor, and an investigator. At the time of the assassination on November 22, 1963, I was district attorney of New Orleans. Because the accused assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, had resided in New Orleans the summer before the assassination, I was immediately drawn into the case. More than 3 years later, in March 1967, my investigation culminated in the arrest of Clay Shaw, director of the International Trade Mart and fixture of New Orleans high society, on charges of conspiracy to murder John Kennedy. In the months leading to Shaw's trial in 1969, I publicly suggested that members of the United States government's intelligence community, including Shaw, were responsible for the assassination and had carried it out in order to stop President Kennedy's efforts to break with Cold War foreign policy. While the jury accepted my argument that there had been a conspiracy, it was not then aware of Shaw's role as a clandestine CIA operative. Unconvinced of his motivation, the jury acquitted him of the charges. History has a way of changing verdicts. 25 years ago, most Americans readily accepted the government's contention that the assassination was a random act of violence. A lonely young man, his mind steeped in Marxist ideology, apparently frustrated at his inability to do anything well, had crouched at a warehouse window, and in 6 seconds of world-class shooting, destroyed the President of the United States. When that explanation was announced, shortly after the assassination, the country was in profound shock. We had suddenly lost a very special leader, whose personal attributes, freshness, youth, humor, style, intelligence, warmth, had made each of us feel renewed pride in the presidency. The whole country mourned as we watched the now familiar images of Lyndon Johnson being sworn in as president, the solemn funeral, the grieving first family, Oswald shot by Jack Ruby in the basement of the Dallas police station on national television. Saddened and outraged, Americans wanted an answer, and we got one. The Dallas police closed the case almost immediately, convicting Lee Harvey Oswald without trial. The FBI agreed, virtually closing the case in a matter of weeks.